So in this next video we're going to speak about the insertion position for your hand when you're performing the kettlebell snatch or the kettlebell clean. It's very important that we give some consideration to this, because if we have a poor position when we receive the bell or a poor insertion position, it's going to mean that we're going to have suboptimal technique, and additionally it's going to open up the window of opportunity for us to injure ourselves in the process. So a common position that I see is people will receive the bell here, and from the side it looks like this, where we have this big space between our wrist and the actual kettlebell. From this position you can see that the handle of the kettlebell runs parallel to my palm. What I want to try and do is come into this position, where from here you can see that the handle runs at an angle to my palm. So you can see that I make contact across my thumb and right down to the end of my wrist. And when I do that, there is no space between my hand and the kettlebell itself. So you can see that I've filled all this space in here. And if you can differentiate between that position and this position, where I have this big gap here and I have this straight hand position across. So in order to actually achieve that position and get used to that position, there's a number of drills that we can actually do. The first drill is just to pull and insert. So we call this a pull insertion drill. And when I insert my hand in, it's almost like I'm putting my hand into a glove, or I'm pushing or throwing an uppercut across my body. The first couple of times you do this, just be very careful, because you're going to release and insert, and there is an element of coordination and an element of awareness required. And you can see that when I insert, that I'm getting this neutral wrist position, I'm getting this angle from thumb to wrist, and there is no space for me to get any one of my fingers between my wrist and the actual kettlebell. So from the side, coming across the body, so I'm throwing the uppercut across my body. And that drill is really good to reinforce this hand position. That can also be done in the snatch, but it's a little bit more difficult to actually do that. I prefer to do that in this clean front rack position, and it just reinforces that good hand position.